someone who's been feeling alone. This world can be a little scary. So come talk to Grandma Sherry.
Boom! YouTube streets be crazy. It be crazy. Oh my God, everybody run. Come in quick, come in quick. The burrow's a nice, safe space. Oh my God. Oh, hey, Boston Nick. Hola. You say, hola. Alexander, hi, baby. I made you a mod. I hope you don't mind. Denise Oles, hi, baby. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Fuck you. I love your name. Oh my God, I love your name. Fuck you. Oh, Delana. Oh, hi, sweetheart. How's Legend? I think about you guys so often. Nicole B. Yes, yes. Please hit that like for Grandma Sherry. Misspell the cursive words and be polite. Yes, use your inside voice. Oh, who else do we have in the house? Oh, look at you guys talking to each other. I love that. Hey, Shauna B. Thanks for coming in, baby. Alexander. You guys know something? We went to this huge open air flea market in another state today. And when looking for parking, my boyfriend was like, let's park close to the exit. So in case something happens, we can get out quick. Yeah, it's such a crazy thing to even think about. Oh, it stinks. God, the world. Alexander, I can't imagine the fear Americans must feel going to a flea market, especially with all that's happened the last few days. It's crazy. Hey, Rowena. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, my goodness. Anybody else? Oh, good night, yeah. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Yes, hope we're getting some rest and relaxation in. Grain. Hi. Hey, hey, Buns. And you slept most of the day. Oh, I'm sorry. Shady for life. Hi, baby. Thanks for coming in. Who else is here? Sorry, couldn't read because of the cat butt in front of my monitor. And there it is again. Oh, okay. Sorry. My cat is co-hosting. Jeez. I'm out here messing with plants. No relaxing because I decided to play with clay yesterday and this morning. Oh, are you like, what is it called? Making sculpture. Oh, me neither, Grain. My morning was grocery shopping and my afternoon is meal prepping, cleaning, and laundry. I relaxed yesterday by spending the day at the movies. What did you see? I want to know. Hey, Zen1111 Tarot. Did you see my community post? Did you? I'll show you guys in a second. Hey, Wood Drake Allen. Hi, welcome. Alien, sorry. Hi. Clover. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Hi, hi. Lurker. Popping in to say hi. I will be listening. Hit that link. I mean, hit the like. I found a new yellow jacket nest. I have to declare war on tonight. Ooh. Ooh. Yellow jackets. They're like murder hornets. Jenny, hey, Jenny to Jeannie. Hi, baby. Thanks for coming in. Everybody come in, pull up a stump, pull up a toadstool, get comfy. Hey, Twist. Hey, sister. Boom. Oh, my goodness. You guys are talkie. I love that. Oh, look at all my honey bunnies. There has been crazy. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes, craziness all over. Mm-hmm. Ange. I'm laying down now, but I'll be listening. Much love. I just can't get enough sleep for like days now. Yeah, but you have an appointment on Tuesday. I remember you telling me that. So hopefully it's nothing major. Hey, Kermity Frog. Oh, Daddy's baby girl. Hi, sweetheart. Okay, crime news with Teresa. Hey. Oh, look at all these peoples. I love them. I love them all. I'm grooming Elton halfway. Don't think. Oh, Katie K. Hey, Grandma Sherry and everybody. Just wanted to stop in and say hello. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday. Yes, it's Monday Eve. No, don't think of it that way. You watched Gran Turismo and Blue Beetle. Oh, I haven't heard of Blue Beetle. Jenny, just cleaned all your cat litter trays. You had enough cat butts for one day? Oh, man. Girl, been making clay fairy houses, and it's not going too well. Well, the great thing is that fairies just love the effort. It's the thought that counts, honey. Hi, Ellie. How are ya? She's nuts. I love it. Yeah. All of my favorites are here too, Nunya. Oh, hey, Nunya, baby, I need I need an audio clip of the happy birthday chant. Happy, happy birthday from the hive to you. I did a little video for that girl's birthday. Oh, the Blue Beetle is a comic. Oh, DC. See, that's why. I'm kind of a Marvel girl myself. Oh, I'm covered in at least 1,000,000 scratches from the new kitten. I love that. Hey, Burden of Proof. Hi, sweetheart. Chiquita. Oh, my goodness. T. Marie. Hi. Hi. Tazzy. Let's go streaking, girl. Keep to the right of the bushes, please. That's what they say in the fluffle. Finally getting some rain, but not enough. Yeah, take what you can get. Remember that movie? God, what was that movie? The In-Laws, whatever. And that cat used the toilet. Wouldn't that be great? God, I would love that. It's very whimsical. That's what we're going to say. Yes, whimsical. I love that word. Oh, my. I love the fact that you guys love each other and just talk to each other. Hey, Vic. How are you, baby? I meant to respond. I snagged it yesterday on Queen's channel. You can grab it unless you want a full one. Yeah, I do. I want a full one. I want a full one because I'm just that special. Yeah, I don't know how many of you were here this morning. I could not sleep worth crap last night. So about 2 o'clock I took a gummy. And then about 3:30 or something, I thought it would be a really good idea to come live. Revival. Hi, you're not invisible here. No, you're not. We spent the morning at the cemetery, had kind of breakfast picnic, then ran a couple of errands. Thankfully to be home even if I'm grooming this doggo. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Keep to the right of the bushes. Dog life. Oh, meet the fuckers. That's right. Hi, Stephanie. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm kind of half fried. I'm just really tired. No sleep in 3 days. Trey? No, 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 that's not good. Yeah, it was a gummy stream. Yeah. Deanna in Ohio. Hi, there you are, sweetheart. Hi, hi. Okay, so generally, Jenny. Streaking up in my house. I love that. Thank you for all you've done for the unwanted. Aw, very lucky kitties. Yes. Yes, yes. I think delirium sets in after day 2. Oh, if no sleep. Yeah. You were asleep, but you listened as you woke up this morning. Okay. I woke up and seen the insomnia stream. Oh, no, that's fine. There's always replay crew. Yes, replay crew. Guys, we're getting nearer to my watch hours, which is like absolutely fabulous. Ow. Cat, I love you, Squeak. I love you, but God, you're making me crazy. Yes. Oh, Trey, definitely. Honey, you can listen to my insomnia stream because, number one, I was zooted and it really makes no sense whatsoever. But and number two, I talk quietly in it. Oh, baby. I just can't. Stressed out and chronic insomnia. Oh, sweetheart. I understand that so much. Hey, Celeste. Hi. Hi. True Texan. Green, I'm sorry. My hearing is not the best. But to me, you sound. Oh, Grain and Alley? Yeah. Oh, a Russian blue called Squeak. Yeah, is my buddy. I can barely click my mouse because he's all up in my stuff, and every time I put him down, he jumps right back up. So I don't know what's. There he goes. He's back up. Okay, put him down. 5, 4, 3. Okay, there he is. So you play the YouTube ASMR bedtime stories, and those help me to sleep sometimes. Yeah. Are you talking about the ones where they like scratch the microphone or they do the cards or the nails, that kind of thing? Yeah. Oh, it's a British blue. Oh, has amazing orange amber eyes. I would love to see that. Oh, titanium shoulder. Hi. How are you? Welcome, sweetheart. Welcome, welcome. Oh, stop. Oh, oh, oh. They they tell a bedtime story in a soft. Okay, yeah. So I tried last night because I'm trying to exercise my mouth and my lips so that I can start doing voiceovers again, maybe. Um, and so I kind of read a Grimm's fairy story last night. It's kind of lame, but that's what I'm working on. I fall asleep listening to your lovely voice often. The nights I do sleep, I mean, about 3 nights a week, I get 5 hours. Yeah, sorry. But oh, oh, thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. I fall asleep to scary stories sometimes. Yeah, I'm going to start reading bedtime stories. Yay. You would do great at meditation. Yeah. Guys, you were just looking into starting voiceover work? Yeah. Hey, I used to do that a long time ago, but if you missed the live last night, I'll tell you. Or, God, this morning. It was dark, so it counts as last night. But anyway, yeah, I had a wisdom tooth removed on my right side. And so my right bottom jawline and the right half of my bottom lip is numb. And I could feel my jawline now, so it's getting better. But when they took out the wisdom tooth, they clipped a nerve. I use guided meditation relaxation to try to decrease the pain and help me sleep. Yes, those are fabulous. And breathing. True Texan be True Texan in Boston. Yikes! Ouch! Yeah. So, anywho, I've been trying to do this thing, and what I do is I do everything from the bottom up. I swear to God, this cat, I love him so much, but he's really making me crazy. He's making me crazy. And I don't know why. I know. I know. It's all good. It's all good. I was actually looking for something. Of course I can't find it. Bleh. Oh well, forget about it. But I'll go back on StreamYard. The CIA has this number sequence, and apparently if you close your eyes and imagine the area having pain and repeat 55515, it's supposed to help relieve it. Really? Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, good Tiffany. How are you, sweetheart? Delta waves on YouTube sometimes help sleep, but I can't sleep with anything in my ears. Sweetheart, I have a Bluetooth sleep mask. Yeah, Nikki, hang on. I have a Bluetooth sleep mask that is really cool because it's not in my ears and they're small enough that if I lay on my side, it doesn't hurt. I'm gonna try that now because my back is killing me. What was that number sequence again? It was 55515. Here we go. I'll put it up here. Let me see if I can pin it. You know, honest to God, when you're in chronic pain, the anything. There we go. There, I pinned it. So y'all write that down real quick because I'm going to drop the link in a little bit. But yeah, Kitty concurs. Okay, Nanya. Yes, finish your meal. Meal prepping. Oh, good. So you're not like, end times prepping. That's good. 5551 but in your head with your eyes closed. What are we going to look for? Then. Oh, the guided meditation. Okay, cool. Cool. Delta waves need earphones. Really? I have a Schumann device. It's at, 435 hertz? Okay, we got that. Oh, the yellow jackets? They're right where I stack wood for my outdoor fireplace. Can't imagine not knowing and disturb. Oh, God. Rainstorm YouTube videos. Oh, yeah. The sleep mask with the Bluetooth. We can just talk all night. I love that. I can barely do headphones, period. I like having my senses about me most of the time. Yeah, I have some of those earbud things, and it's got this awareness mode on. Awareness mode off. Early this morning, I woke up at like 3:20, whatever Central Time Zone was. Then as soon as your live was over, I fell right back to sleep. Oh, good. Oh, good. I use my Bluetooth mask at night, and when I have to go get my infusions, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Hey, sleuthing tater tot. I have PTSD and lots of anxiety and insomnia. I've recently been taking tart cherry juice, and it helps so much along with the meditation and the YouTube sleep music. Nice. Hey, blank screen, the most hated troll. That's what the TMHT is. I'm not just calling him that. No end times prepping, just prepping for this week. Cutting up all my produce and you are so cool. I like eat over the kitchen sink. Next time someone has the hiccups, ask them to borrow $1. Or you shock the hiccups out of them? Oh, Allie, I don't think you're nuts either. You're sweet and kind. Yes. And you know me, man. I love the tinfoil hat stuff. A Bluetooth sleep mask. Yeah, because I'm on Amazon right now. Well, I because of my autism, I'm sensory sensitive, and the smallest thing can kind of kick off and disrupt everything. It cures their hiccups if they give you the $1. Oh, that's cool. But anyway, so yeah, I kind of have to sleep with earplugs and a sleep mask. So when I found the Bluetooth sleep mask, it was fabulous. It's freaky because it did work a little bit. Really? That CIA code for pain is more proof that we are in the matrix. I love you, Ellie. There is a video for almost everything on YouTube. That's true. Actually, I think there's a video out there. It might not be in English, but for everything. Oh, yeah, I do that sometimes. Teenage Mutant NT Ninja Turtles. No, he's the most hated troll. Hey, Murder Chick. Hi, baby. How you doing? I used to sleep with music, but my earbuds started making the inside of my ear raw. Had to stop doing that. Oh, yeah. And grain. Maybe $10 nowadays because of inflation. Yeah. Instead of the dollar. We could start our own little therapy sessions with Grandma Sherry. I relate to many of you here. Yeah. Is a teenage mutant hater turtle, not a ninja. Vic, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. I wore a sleep mask once and had dreams someone was blindfolding me. Ooh. No, no, no. Old wives' tales, love that. Gonna have to try that for next time, FARQ. Yeah, there's a song about everything. There's a video about everything too. Oh, good. Thanks for coming in, guys. Thanks for coming in. Oh, God. Try insomnia accompanied with chronic pain, constant high pitched ringing in both ears. I'm going to feel quite insane these days. Baby, I understand that. I have tinnitus too. And there's a certain frequency that I can't hear, which is weird for me. Because I have the chronic pain and I have tinnitus and I have autism and anxiety. And hey, Cha-Cha, there are studies, I believe, that explain that headphones are good for people with ADD and ADHD. Yes, yes, the sensory deprivation. Um, Grandma Sherry meditation live would be pretty awesome. I I don't I don't know how to do that. I have bad insomnia, ringing the ears, IBS. I know. You know what? They call them a friggin' medical practice because they don't know what they're doing. I have chronic pain in my lower four discs for many years. They tried shots, physical therapy, and no surgeon will touch me because I have four degenerative disc disease, cytokine something. Aw, pain medication. Oh, dudes, I got the greatest news, man. I got the greatest news. Okay, now y'all know that I'm moving to Texas, right? And everybody's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, because grandma can't get her gummies," And I was like, I was kind of bummed, but I seriously don't use them that much. And it's more it's more relaxing for me than the Xanax was. Yes, all doctors are just practicing and we are the guinea pigs. Oh yeah, tinnitus is very common. Most nights I can hear my heartbeat and focus on that, but when I can't, I struggle to fall asleep. Oh wow. Okay, I'm very lucky. I have rocked since wherever and still do. And I always had a mantra when I rock. I go to what I call my world and can stay there for hours without hearing a thing. Fuck you, that is so amazing. I'm going to go on full on tinfoil hat right now. It's the F up food they're feeding, the crappy water, literally. Yes, I believe that too. I believe that too, True Texan, because from the time that I was a kid, and there were things in boxes and frozen meals and stuff like that, but all this shit, with the preservatives and the chemicals and who knows? Hey, Deets on the streets. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, we're not talking about anything except insomnia and pain and stuff. But anyway, okay, my news, right? Squirrel. Um, so I was watching a live stream last night, and there were some folks from. Notice I said folks. See, my Texan is kicking in. Thank you, Rosetta Stone. But anyway, sorry, can't walk and chew gum same time. But anyway, so I just decided, what the hell? I'm going to look for Texas medical marijuana. They got it. They have it as of 2023, January. There's medical marijuana available in Texas, and they only have 10 illnesses that qualify you for this. Y'all, I have two of them. Uh-huh. I have spasticity, which is a cramping and uncontrolling of your muscles, and autism. Oh, and I love that for me. It gets even better. Oop. Yeah, it gets even better. There's a dispensary in Lubbock where I'm moving. There's a dispensary there. It's like 10 blocks down from where I'm going to live. I am so I'm in Xanax for agoraphobia and panic attacks. I cut down quite a lot, but I want to completely get off it. I need to know what exact gummies you take that won't heighten my anxiety. Oh, Shambles, if you can email me, it's in my about section. It's talk the number 2 Gramma Sherry at either Gmail or proton.me. Either one, they're both the same. Yeah. Squirrel. Really? It's a really, really great antique mall. I'm kind of hoping they have some haunted places. Nice. Works at a dispensary here. Do you get like an employee discount or something? You know, Mr. Murder Chick, um, glad to be with family and things are looking up for you. Sweetheart, you have no idea. And I was on Queen Bee's a while ago. Oh, hi, by the way, 867-530-99. But I was on Queen Bees a while ago. And while I was filling time with B Tim, hey, Qwerty, ghost. Yes, I said ghost. I'm hoping to find a haunted place in Lubbock. Oh, that's what I'm on. The 0.25. Yes, me too. Okay, so let's talk about Xanax because I don't even remember where we were. And this is nothing about the end of the world, so I might have to change the title. But yeah, so my doctor had me on 0.25 Xanax 3 times a day for like a year and a half. And then, we were making fun of Molly Golightly and, Xanny bars. And so I started looking into it. And my family is like super chemical dependent. And so I was thinking, I'm probably hooked on these things, right? So I called him and I told him, I don't like this. I don't want to do this anymore. And I don't want to be addicted to it. Because basically, when the zombie apocalypse comes, I'm not going to be able to fill my script, right? But a bunch. But anywho, so yeah, that is a lot. And so he had me like taper off to wean off. And it took me, I guess, about 2 months, maybe. I would suggest you get hold of a good friend of mine. I know he can get you all the gummies your little heart desires. Oh, yes, definitely addicted to Xanax for sure. Yes, that's the thing about benzos. Jenny, me too. It'll be September in a few days, so pretty much it's Halloween. I'm good with that. 65 days until Halloween. Woo. Yes, it's prescribed Xanax. Yeah. Okay. So come join me. Did everybody write down the pain CIA code 55515? Right? Okay. And I'm going to pin the message. Okay. All right. In vino veritas. Yes, is true. In Xanax veritas. Xanax doesn't affect unless I'm extremely anxious. Yes. Um, Nicole says, "Excuse me, but it is summer until mid-September. Let me have that. It's hot." Nicole, can you just have like a little section, a little island of hot? Generalized anxiety disorder and have to be extremely social in my life. So the Xanax, yeah. Xanax makes you edgy. They stacked off other meds to counteract the side effects. Oh my goodness. Mystery murder chick, I am so sorry. Yeah, you got to be careful coming off benzos and alcohol. Only two things you could die of during withdrawal. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Is anybody going to join me? Join me. Come talk to me. Talk to me, Goose. It felt good just to say that and talk about it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're here for. This is a big group hug. I like fall, but I know winter comes next, and I hate, hate, hate winter. Hate, 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 hate winter. Cordy, no. Nobody said benzos, Cordy. No. Poor Cordy. Hey, group hug. Hi, baby. Any pills out there to help me? No, sorry. Nope. I've been on the wrong planet for decades. for decades. Hey, I want to show you guys something while I'm waiting for somebody to join me. Ready? Okay, I did this for my storytime background. Tell me what you think.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Go fast. Go fast. Okay, I'm asleep. Hey, baby.
What are you doing?
I
You know
don't.
what?
Huh.
You're going to have much better, more mild winters in Texas, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, which is fabulous
Yeah.
because the whatchamacallit, what the hell? I don't know what I'm doing here. But yeah, because the cold makes my muscle flares
Mm-hmm.
really bad. And then the heat drains me. So if I can just stay in, for the 3 seasons of summer in Texas, and then I really don't have to worry about winter.
Oh, no.
No,
Stay
no.
inside.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm, mm, mm. You're getting
man.
sleepy. Very sleepy. I am very sleepy.
Who's going to sleep?
Oh,
Is
Cordy
it
is.
night time?
Yeah, Cordy was hypnotizing.
Oh.
Oh, I love the idea, Burton. Yes. I sent you a link to it, and then I ended up editing it like 400 times, and then the link didn't work anymore. So, but that was it. Yes. So, do we like the fire for a backdrop for stories?
I do. Hi, Shambles.
Hey, Shambles is a sweetheart. Small wildflowers. Hi, honey. Thanks for
Snacks
coming
being
in.
opened.
What's that?
She said, I walked away from my phone and I thought I heard snacks being opened. The
I
fire
know,
crackle.
right? Yes. It does sound like
Mm-hmm.
snacks being opened.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching some sort of interrogation video, like a body cam thing. Oh, it was the drunk teacher. Remember that?
Oh,
The, t-
yes.
yeah, the teacher. Okay, so hey, nonsense. Hi, sweetheart. I'm so blessed by you. I really am, baby. Thank you, dear Krabby. Hi, welcome in, everybody. Hi, thanks for coming. I really, it makes some of us gain weight. Anyway, this body cam video of the drunk teacher. The guy, I guess, is unwrapping like the breathalyzer thing. I thought he was
Mm-hmm.
doing like nabs, cheese crackers or something. And I was so pissed off at him the whole time because his is a body cam that they use. And it's just that noise. Just that
You don't
noise.
like that background noise.
No, because I'm really sensitive to noise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is probably why I don't yell. And I normally try to talk, loud enough for people to hear, but
Not obnoxious.
yeah, like
Like me.
you.
What?
Yes, like you. You have such a sweet voice.
A magical elf, apparently. Mabel, hear the bells ring?
Yes.
Sorry,
Oh,
Grandma Sherry. We just said you don't like background noises.
no, that
Maybelline has to potty.
oh, that's fine. No, I
There
think
you
that's
go.
cute as heck, man. Yeah.
Hey, an angel got its wing every time Mabel has to go potty.
Exactly. And that's what I was about to say, but I couldn't remember. One moment, please.
Or just go
Cold war
outside
chicken
most of the
cutlets.
time.
Cold war chicken cutlets. Bug life.
What?
Okay. Hi.
Hola.
Yes. Code word chicken cutlets. That's correct.
Labia. What?
Labia.
Grandma Sherry, you were something else on Queens today. I loved it. I was laughing
Oh,
when you came back up there and you were like panic sounding
Like,
and doing
yes. Made Tim so
the
uncomfortable.
streets. And I don't think they understood what you were doing. They were like, what's going on? What's going
I did.
I know.
on? That made me laugh even harder.
Yeah, that
He's like,
was
cats and
funny.
dogs? What?
Yeah, well, Queen was going in and out her because she was in the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she couldn't hear everything I was saying.
Mhm.
Hey, Vim, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Oh, Patty. Hi. God, look at all these people.
He has 75 people watching.
Shut up, Nick. Little
Yes.
Right?
devil. Hi.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, don't.
7. He meant 7.
That's right.
7.
7.5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, it's just 3. Even though
Yep.
you're saying hello to everybody, just pretend it's just me, you, and Nick.
Yeah.
Yes. T. Marie, did I say hi to you? Oh,
You know, I never look at that. When I jump on panel, I never look to see how many people.
Well, you can on
Never.
StreamYard, but you can on, I mean, the creator can, but not like us.
I know, but even when I'm in chat, like beforehand, I don't look to
Ah,
see, and I don't. Well, nope, doesn't matter to me.
hey, Jim Jules. Hi, sweetheart.
hey, Jules.
How is everybody? Are we telling zombie stories? I love zombie stories.
You do?
Okay. I have a permanent tinfoil hat on.
Mm.
Yes. Let me, while I'm talking about that. Oh, stop. Open. Hang on just a second. I was going to talk about the mark of the beast and cryptocurrency, but that just seems like blah, you know?
Bleh.
Yeah.
Where's Tim? We need Tim for that one, right?
Yeah, I do, but he won't come over here.
Ooh, that's so mean.
Hey, Georgia Peach. Hi. Okay. Y'all check this out, right?
Yeah.
Check this out. All right. This is what I was trying to show you guys the other day. It's the tinfoil cap in action, right?
What the?
Okay, here's the Nephilim blocking liners. Okay, EMF blocking wallet, not walnut.
Well,
Yeah,
Walter.
yeah. I have very little brain. But anyway, yeah. So there's this whole company, and there's like 5G blocking bespoke fabric liner. Bespoke means specifically manufactured or put together for. And so that's exactly what this is, specifically manufactured for EMF radiation, even 5G. Isn't that cool?
Is that a helmet hat
Where?
or a tent behind it? Right where like up a little bit. Yeah, those things. What are those things?
Those are just the hats. Those are like the hats. These
Oh,
guys. Yeah, but check this out. Radiation clothing.
wow, this is getting crazy.
I know. Oh, look, they're all sold out.
I wonder why. Holy
Sold
moly's.
out, sold it. Oh, here we go. Little radiation blocking maternity baby protective apron.
Hmm,
Women's night dress, radiation blocking.
that's kind of cute.
That's funny. Have you guys ever heard of a Faraday cage?
Fornicate?
Faraday cage.
Oh shit. Yes. No. First one. Yes. Sorry. I'm gonna mute.
What?
I couldn't. I was laughing, but I was across the room on mute, looking for a tinfoil hat. Oh,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Boston.
Um, you know, Brianna, sweetheart, if you can email me or DM me on Twitter or something, because I looked through everything and I don't see something with the name Brianna. But yeah, thank you so much. You know, I don't know. They call themselves Tinfoil Cap Company. So I don't know if it's made of lead or if it's actually tin or yes. So Faraday cages, right? And I had a friend who installed a Faraday cage. Yes, this turns yourself in. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that stuff, the Mark of the Beast stuff. Let me look.
They're
Faraday
probably making some good money.
cage. Well, yeah. Somebody came up.
Yeah, Jules, I agree. She says, I can see it already. Too embarrassed to wear your tinfoil hat in public. We got you. 5G radiation blocking gear. The new tinfoil hat.
Exactly. Hey, Tracy, how are you? Okay. Depends on what type of radiation. Alpha particles are big, but gamma is just pure energy. I like your brain. I like your brain, Courtney. Oh, hey, I'm trusting this is you, okay?
Yeah, this is me. I
Okay,
forgot I
good.
had my chicken up.
Don't you
From
peep on us.
no, I wouldn't do that.
Radiation clothing is
Ellie.
protect for the cavity, but not the rads. Oh,
Did you guys hear
oh,
about the Fukushima that they started dumping the water into the ocean there this week and there was all these protests? Did you hear
oh
about
my
that?
God. Yes.
Yeah.
Who was I talking to that about? I think I was talking to True Texan. Hey, SW.
It's
Hi,
fucked up.
sweetheart. Yeah, because, they're like, they had them in all these containing
Yeah. These try to
towers or
cool it
whatever.
down. Yeah. For
Yeah, yeah.
years. It's
And,
fucked up.
and
Yeah.
now I'm doing air quotes, okay? The experts say that it's safe.
Right.
Yeah,
They've been saying that for a while though.
people can't live in the friggin' area,
Yeah.
but
I mean, like, who builds a nuclear power plant like on the beach? Like, come on,
Yeah.
guys.
The
well,
hell?
you know
Stupid. I
what?
mean, yeah.
Hang on just a second, y'all. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Is
Hello.
this True
Oh,
That's
it's
Texan?
two Texans. He knows about Fukushima.
Yeah, exactly. I was talking to him about it. But no, no, no. Okay, so I used to do tours past the San Onofre nuclear plant outside San Diego. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. So and that's right on the beach, and Fukushima's on the beach.
Yeah.
And what was that other one?
I just kind of
Just
want
a,
to pass on something though. Don't waste your money on those radiation clothes.
yeah, I'm not gonna do shit.
There's no such. They keep the particles off of you, but they don't keep the zoomies from zapping you.
Yeah.
You feel me? I mean, you understand what I'm saying? So, like when you come out of the plant, you can take those clothes off to keep your personal clothes from getting contaminated, but you still got to wear a dosimeter while you're in there.
So they're useless.
So yeah, basically, I mean,
Huh.
it's just to keep the company from having to buy you a new set of clothes. Is all it is for the most
Yeah.
part.
That's funny. Hey, do you remember that movie? It had Cher in it, and I think it was Meryl Streep.
Yeah, it was supposed to be about that plant in Oklahoma, Silkwood, I think, was it?
So
Oh,
yeah.
Silkwood. I
hmm
remember
hmm
hearing.
hmm
Yeah, that's like with Meryl Streep or something, or I
Yeah,
don't know.
That
Yeah.
yeah, I thought. Um. Anyway, yeah, that movie freaked me the heck out. Because they had that like the little tiny leak and whatnot,
Yeah.
and then they had to scrub them down
Oof.
in the showers, and that just oh my God, that did me in.
Yeah. They said like during Fukushima, people that went in there at the beginning of the thing like couldn't stay in there for more than like minutes without you know, like writing their like death sentence pretty much.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like the amount they would be exposed to. But the water has actually been leaching, the radiation has been leaching into the water for years, but now they just don't know what to do with all this extra water that they actually have to release it. But I think it's already been happening that they've been releasing water on the sly for years, and it's
I
been
do
leaching
too.
Well,
Yeah.
for years. Yeah.
see, here's another thing about that. I can't speak for all of them, but I'm pretty sure since the ones in our country, they're all regulated pretty much the same. So the environmental department at a nuke plant, what their part of their job is to go around to all the like local area, ponds, farms, take samples, catch fish,
Yeah.
do all
Yeah.
that, and send them out all the time. I mean, this is a weekly deal,
Uh-huh.
and it's been sent out to be tested. So I wouldn't worry about hours too much unless you're living in a,
Yeah.
I don't know, there's 2 or 3 plants that aren't in the best of shape right now. I'll put it that way that I know of, but they need the power.
Yeah. They said that they're like some of them are falling apart after all these years, whatever.
We're building. Oh,
A lot of them have had the steam generators and stuff changed out because the radiation's cooked them. After so many
Mhm.
years, it just it messes them up. But
that's scary.
well, the one in California was supposed to be, and I'm not sure if it's one Sherry's talking about or not, but one of those plants might have been that one, or I think it was that one. They were supposed to shut it down this year, but they can't because they cut off all the coal. It's either if they shut that nuke plant down, they're screwed. They already have
Oh,
groundwater.
wow.
So they extended it.
They need it too badly.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I don't.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say I I don't know about San Onofre if they were closing it down because my family doesn't live there. Is
Might have been Palo Verde.
Palos Verdes? Hey, Deets.
Hey, Deets.
Hey, love.
You're right in the little plant over there.
I'm in the fern. I like
Oh, I'm on the fern too, actually now.
I have butterflies.
It's fine.
I like my
I
butterflies.
love your background, by the way, Grandma.
I know,
was
that's
fun.
so cute. What are
Oh,
you using that does that? I love it.
It's just a whatever, and then you download it with a transparent background.
whatever.
Oh, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever.
It's
Oh, it's
it's
an overlay. It's an
it's an
overlay.
overlay. Yeah.
So I heard you guys talking about Fukushima. I thought I'd hop up.
Oh.
So what happened in Fukushima is that the diesel backup generators there are below sea level. So when the tsunami happened and they weren't expecting those backup generators to be compromised, and that's how it led to their meltdown. But more people have actually died fleeing Fukushima than died from any of the radiation at Fukushima.
Whoa.
If you
well,
trust the numbers you're hearing, I mean, that's
Well, how can you trust them on either side, right?
or 20 years from now is when, that's when, like, Chernobyl, like, people start having thyroid problems later on in life,
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Well,
And
right. Well, what happened at Chernobyl will never happen here in our country. Basically, what happened at Chernobyl is they built a reactor inside of one of those metal lawn barns, like they didn't have anything. They weren't, like I heard Sure Texan talking a little bit about our regulations here in the States, which are completely different than most. And
Hmm.
what happened there at Chernobyl was horrible, but it was a big fail on their part because of how they managed
Was it
their
not like up to
reactor.
code and spec and all that?
Well, it probably was for their country.
Oh,
Each country has different regulations on it.
yeah, all the standards are different in different countries.
see, I worked at Comanche Peak. It was until I think there's 2 or 3 right now that's in the works, but that was the last one to be finished for a long time. That was after 3 Mile Island. So, like Dietz was saying, the containment buildings and stuff for this country,
Yeah.
they could take like a direct hit from a 747, and
They
they
sure
ain't gonna
could.
bust.
You could drop a bomb on it and it's probably so when you see a nuclear plant and you see it from a distance, I think most of us get an idea in our mind of what that nuclear plant looks like. Those are just the cooling towers that you really see. The
Right.
area where the rods are or the pellets, depending on what the plant is using, is contained as a very small area, a very small room. And I know that
Oh.
a lot of the plants here in our country use closed circuit loops. So you mentioned earlier about the water or radiation leaking out into the water. That doesn't
Yeah.
happen most places here because they have a closed circuit loop. So they bring the water in,
Oh.
whether it's from a lake, a river, a beach, wherever they're at, they bring the water in. And what that water is actually doing is cooling down the condenser, and then it goes back out, and that water
Yeah.
never touches the rods or the pellets. The water that touches the rods and the pellets are contained in a closed loop, and it never leaves there.
But with Fukushima, it kind of infiltrated, right? Because it was
Right.
going in, and it
Well,
was
it
those.
had the meltdown because the
Yeah.
backup generators were compromised, and so then there was nothing to keep cooling that
Yeah.
rod off, those, the uranium off.
But then they use the ocean water still to try to keep it cooling for years, right? They've been trying to keep it like regulated for years, and
Yeah.
and what else could they have done? Like concreted the whole thing, right? But
Yeah, Cordy's
I don't.
right. PWRs are closed circuit. Boiling water is not a closed loop. Correct.
How do you know so much about this, Deets? Because I'm kind of like impressed and shit.
Yeah.
My husband is one of the top safety directors for the country at a very
Oh,
big nuclear
Oh.
company.
wow.
Yeah.
Psh, interesting.
I don't know. I mean, I could get him in here.
Oh, let's get him
He
in. I
could
have so many questions.
explain it all to you guys. I'm just going off of like the
Oh,
little
you're
bits
good,
and
though.
pieces I pick up from listening along the way.
It's so interesting, all of it,
Yes,
It is
right.
usually
They have
cleaner.
boiling water reactors and pressure water reactors. Absolutely.
It's scary too.
It's
Interesting and
freaking scary. It's always scared me. And then when Fukushima happened, I
Oh, I'm not
followed
scared by
it.
it at all. Once
You're not?
once you know about nuclear energy and what actually goes into it, it's extremely clean. It's
It is
extremely clean
clean.
energy. It's the
Yeah,
cleanest energy we have.
that's what
There's
they said.
less deaths in nuclear than any of the other ones. It's I think the fear mongering around it. I've told him before.
Yeah.
I said, you guys just need to change the name of some of these things, and then maybe people will be less afraid. He's like, yeah, I'll just contact everybody and tell them to change the name on
Yeah,
like
like
meltdowns and
nuclear
reactors
power
and stuff.
plant. It just sounds so, yeah.
It does.
Put a
It
memo
sounds like
out to everybody, please. Can we just
Oh,
change the
Cordy, you
name,
might know
please?
my husband, huh? That's
But there is one
interesting.
big problem we do have, and that is the spent fuel rods and the waste.
Yeah.
They're running those plants
Okay,
that are built
why does I gotta ask you, why is that a problem? Because
because the
all of
plants that
this,
are all built only
Mhm.
have so much room, and they're running out of
True.
room to store it, and there's
Um,
nowhere to send it.
I don't know that they're running out of room to store it. All of the nuclear waste from nuclear energy in our country can be contained inside of a space it wouldn't even fill up a football field.
Seems big, though. I don't know. But yeah.
But that's
Unless-
all the plants in our country.
Oh, all the plant.
All the
everything.
plants in our country.
Wow.
Yes,
That's
not just one.
amazing.
That's
I guess
all of them.
Fukushima got my head all messed up about everything.
Well,
Do you know
I
what I
think
mean?
that those were horrible incidents. The
Yeah.
Chernobyl and Fukushima, and even 3 Mile Island, even though
Yeah.
I'm on the opposite side of a lot of things that have come out about 3 Mile Island, but even all that, I think it tends to get blown up because of a lack of understanding. And I know
Yeah.
for myself, I don't fully understand it all. I just know, like I said, the bits and pieces I've picked up over the last 20 years, but there is a huge ignorance on all of
Yeah.
our parts of understanding what it is. But I don't know what goes into a coal plant. I don't know what goes into a natural gas plant, things like that either. So it's understandable. But I mean, you look at the
Yeah.
numbers of the lives lost from those plants
Yeah.
yearly. It's astronomical.
Just, I guess, the possibilities of nuclear, they just seem scarier. I think maybe, like you said, perception and like things that have happened. So you're just like, oh, it's going to happen again. You know what I mean? Like you just.
I think, because I think we hear the word nuclear and nuclear energy, and we apply it to what we see from like a nuclear bomb, and they're two
Yeah,
separate things.
they are two separate things. Yeah.
Mhm.
But the one thing is, like you were talking about the water, that's true. But they also, if things start going bad inside there, they do got to vent it, and that means they got to let it out. And the containment buildings are pressurized like a plane or a submarine. If it starts getting too out of hand in there, they're going to vent it, and that's why you got the mile zones around it
Mhm.
and the sirens and stuff. And I still live close to the one I helped build. But I mean, it's if it ever went, this whole town would be evacuated probably. So
Oh yeah, Cordy, when we watched that documentary on Netflix about 3 Mile Island, and I actually got annoyed because every 5 seconds my husband's pausing it and saying, "Nope, that's
Nope.
incorrect." And he'd pause it and be like, "Nope, that didn't happen." And then he'd like go into detail explaining it to me. I'm just like, babe, I just want to watch the dang documentary.
He's like debunking the whole thing.
Pause that
Yeah,
right now. That did not happen.
yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
But no, my husband, I mean, he's in and around uh uranium, the nuclear. He's been under vessel, underneath the reactors, around them, all sorts
Wow.
of things. It's not scary
Cool.
when you're educated on it, and
Yeah.
then you're in the
Yeah.
position to educate others on it as
I
well.
think just
It's truly
Fukushima
not scary.
is like a once in a lifetime kind of thing, but it's just scary. Like, when you think about it, like just,
Hmm.
Hey, look at that
you know
fish.
what
She's
I
got
mean?
3 eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to swim in a lake that had, they cooled in that lake. You got
Yeah.
down to that part of the lake and it was like you were in a jacuzzi
Well, because
and
that's
dead fish everywhere.
so. Do you guys understand how we get energy from uranium? I think that that's like the base of it. Like, how do we get the energy from it? Do you understand? Like, a lot of people don't even understand
I
that.
Go
just
over it. I'm
heat and
sure there's people
steam.
that don't know. Yeah.
So basically, hot rocks is all it is hot rocks, and we take the steam and turn the steam into electricity. So the uranium is the hot rocks producing the steam, right? And then that goes up and it creates the electricity that we suck out of it. When we use wind from a windmill, all of those things, right? So it depends on which type of plant it is, if it's a pressurized or what's the other one? Um, what is it? Oh, boiling water. Yeah, if it's like boiling water or
Okay.
pressurized, it depends on that. Because like pressurized plants, they're not going to be around water sources because they don't need that to cool their reactors and stuff. So when I'm talking about like cooling the reactor, the water comes in from the lake through their sources, and they take it over the condensers that turn everything, turn it all up and get to where you can get the electricity. And this is a really dumbified version, trust me, it's
No,
a
but
little
it's
more.
accurate.
But like when they're cooling those condensers, that's what they're keeping cool so that it doesn't melt down. So that water that then goes back out into the lake, and they have to let the water go through several different channels to cool back down before it enters the lake, because you can't take and put boiling water back into a lake or you're going to kill all the fish. And in fact, like, I know a lot of the lakes or rivers that are near nuclear plants are actually some of the best and cleanest ones around because of
Oh,
how heavily regulated they
they're
are.
tested probably a lot.
They're regulated, or they're checked on the daily. And so
Yeah.
that water has to then move back through all of these different pipes and stuff to cool back down before it gets pumped back into the lake. But it is warmer, but I know like in some of them it's just a couple degrees warmer than other parts of the lake, but it can't be boiling hot water that they pump back into there, or you're going to kill the wildlife.
And
Well,
it was hot.
the lake that this plant's on, that's a couple 100 feet deep, but it's not real big. But this is the biggest nuclear plant in the United States as far as the megawatts go. And there are no cooling towers out there. And if you was to go out there and try to swim in that water in the summer, which they finally figured out, they've shut the lake down to keep people from being out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's too hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can go swimming in that lake in December, the whole lake.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know where that comes from then, because like
Wow.
it's regulated in our country, like what degrees that they can put it back into the water. And like Purple said, nuclear waste leaking. No, it doesn't even touch the
Well, I
uranium.
understand that. I
No,
got
I'm
you.
just telling her like the water that comes in and then goes back out doesn't touch the uranium. So it doesn't have any radiation in it or anything like that.
Well, what about Fukushima? What they're doing now with releasing that, cooling that water, because they have nowhere to store it. They were trying to store it because it is like that water has been
It's
exposed to
contaminated.
radiation.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
contaminated. So now they're releasing it directly into the ocean.
Yeah.
What do you guys? What does your husband think about that? And what do you think about, would the U.S. do it different than that, or because Japan seems like they
Well,
have very high standards?
we
You
have
think?
some of
I
those.
can go ask him. I don't know what. I
We
don't know
have
what
some
I
of those
think about it.
exact design plants here in this country. The same.
Like on the
But
ocean like that, you mean?
Oh,
I don't know
Cordy.
where
So
they're
they're
at.
talking about a specific one. See, like I'm only knowledgeable about the type of plants that he is, the director over. So like, because there are two different types of plants here, and actually there's a brand new one. Cordy probably knows better than me. I could go ask Luke, and he'll tell me too. But there's a brand new type of, because there hasn't been a new
Mitsubishi.
plant built in our country in a very long time, except for
Yeah,
here
right.
recently, and it's a
Yeah.
completely different type of energy. I can't remember.
It's supposed to be these. If I'm not wrong, it's supposed to be Mitsubishi reactors.
BWR. What is that?
Boiling water reactor?
Oh, gotcha.
Boiling water reactor. Yeah.
Got it.
I was
With
listening.
rods, right?
Uh,
Instead of.
Oh, it's a
Or no.
GE plant.
Well, there's just two types of, that I'm aware of. There might be more. Like I said, Luke would probably know better than me, but,
The
well,
AP
obviously he
2000.
will. That's his profession, but Cordy might know. But you have uranium rods or uranium pellets. Those are the two types of uranium that I'm aware of. But
I think there's rods. The Fukushima, they always talk about rods. I feel like they're rods.
Most of them do. And the reactors here are either GE or Westinghouse.
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, and
GE,
see,
yeah.
that's not the company he works for. They actually just changed their name.
So interesting. All
So
of it. Yeah.
the Vogtle plant is new. Is that here in the United States, Cordy?
I think that's the one in the Midwest, isn't it, Cordy?
That's the newest.
The one I'm thinking of.
Let me see.
They're actually working on a different type of.
A different kind of nuclear?
A different type of. A different way of splitting the atom, or fusion. I don't know what it all is. I'm not this type of. This is all my husband's
You're like, it's
thing,
not
so
me. It's my
I'm just like, I
husband.
know a little bit of what you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure you hear, the lingo.
Okay, what was the question you asked me, Ellie? I'll go out and ask him, but I
I was asking if like the people in the United States because I know like Japan has like high standards, like what they're doing now because they're releasing all that contaminated water into the ocean. I think they've been doing it anyway, but would they do that here? Like, is that like good protocol? What would we do in the United States?
Oh,
I might lose.
Dietz or Cordy, could you answer Celia's question?
All of a sudden, it's like a Q&A with
That's
Mr.
not a bad
Dietz.
question. Because years ago, when they were having that flooding, and I think it was on the Mississippi, they really started sweating it at one nuke plant. And it was getting, because the diesel generators. If those flood out and the power lines and everything go out, that plant's screwed.
Oh, yeah, because, they all have generators, but if the generators go out, then...
Those generators are huge. They're about the size of, like, 2 tractor trailers. I mean, those are big engines, huge.
Can you still hear me? I had to get off the Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I asked Luke that question, like, what does he think about them dumping? Because he doesn't follow the Fukushima too closely, but he said his first question would be, are they cleaning it before they dump it into the ocean?
Supposedly, yes.
Supposedly. But what is cleaning it? I mean, it would be a non-issue if it was clean. You know what I mean? It's not clean. I mean, how are they cleaning it? How are they getting rid of the uranium from the water? I feel like if they had the answer to that, there would be probably different ways that they clean water.
I'm gonna let him tell you how they clean it real quick because I can't repeat what he just said.
I think there's some feedback for a little. Do you guys hear that, or is it me?
Can you hear him?
Nope.
No, here, let me give him both my
not yet.
earbuds and see if he can,
Thank you,
if he can hear.
Frank.
Are you
Hi,
outside, Deets? Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well, doing well.
Mr.
So
Teets.
there's a question on how you clean nuclear water to be able to release it back into the environment.
Yeah.
Uh, so there's a couple different ways that can be achieved. One would be going through demineralizer, which does a good job of cleaning the water, but may not get every last particle out. But you take samples and make sure it's below the threshold to be able to release to the public. The other way that's I'd say less common would be putting it through an evaporator, which is it's boiling off the water and leaving all the concentrated waste behind. That stuff does not get released to the environment, and the steam then gets recondensed back into clean water. Again, getting sampled before released to the environment, and it's every bit as clean as anything else you'd find in the wild.
Can you give a brief example of
So Stephanie's asking me to give uh, a quick explanation on how we get electricity from nuclear. Is that something you guys are interested in?
Yes.
Okay. So um, the main way, I'd say the common way, is to use water as a moderator. So basically, nuclear energy is just hot rocks. They get excited when they get around each other, and by putting water in between those hot rocks, it ends up causing them to boil. And that's the simplest thing I can do to describe what happens inside a nuclear reactor.
I think we have a sound problem, guys.
Oh, can you
It's
not
just
hear
some
me?
Yeah.
background noise.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
standing next to
that's
my air
better.
conditioner. Is that
Oh, there
better?
you go. Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Oh, good. I can hear you good.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So,
No problem. Thank you so much, Mr. Dietz.
oh, no worries. No worries. So, like I said, water is the moderator that's used in most nuclear power plants, and it um, it slows down the neutron exchange between nuclear fuel. And so these rocks, the uranium are just pellets. They're far enough apart. The water is in between them. The yeah, they excite the water. Um, they excite the water that is a moderator between it, and it gets very hot, turns to steam, and it's like any other power plant. The steam goes through a turbine, it spins a turbine, and then after it goes through the turbine, it's then condensed and recycled to go through the whole process again. Is there a greater level of detail you guys are interested in?
Wow.
All the things. All the things. Yeah.
all the
Whatever you want to tell
things.
us, we're into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Keep going.
oh, hey, there's I'm pretty sure I've shown my wife that overview. That's Let me see that. I got my glasses on. Okay, so this would be an example of a pressurized water reactor. And so it has what
The
looks like
rod.
two loops of steam. One,
Okay.
one goes through, touches the fuel and gets hot and has a cycle where it actually goes into a heat exchanger, not physically touching the water, but just a heat exchanger where a secondary loop of water is then heated to the point of steam. And if you pressurize that water that the nuclear fuel is in, you can actually get the secondary loop hot enough to boil. And being as it's like a pressure cooker, it can't boil off. So a PWR, that secondary system is removed and has no contact with any kind of nuclear fuel at all. And then so that steam that's produced that has no communication with the radioactive fuel, it's what turns a turbine and then is condensed, and it has its own secondary cycle. In order to increase efficiency, they'll take lake water, river water, whatever water source is available, and then pull that in to cool the condensed steam once it passes through the turbine. So steam expands, I think it's like 1,700 to 1 whenever water is boiled, it expands that much. That's why it's a good power source. But you think about it on the backside, once it goes through the turbine, it goes from steam back to water, and then it shrinks, and that actually makes it efficient. It's not only pushing the turbine, it's then pulling the turbine as it's condensing back into water. That water then repeats the cycle. With the river water, again, does not come in communication with any of that water that spins the turbine. It's actually only cooling it to increase efficiency. So you pull water from a river, you pull water from a lake, it's only cooling the steam that, in this example, doesn't even communicate with radioactive fuel.
Oh,
Freaking
interesting.
Okay,
Yep.
so the water in Fukushima
Yeah.
somehow got contaminated by the rods or the pellets or whatever?
Because they had a meltdown, so everything got contaminated. And then they started storing the water in like these big tanks, right? I heard. And now they're releasing it. But why have they not released it all this time? That's my question. It's been like 13 years or 12 years or so.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't have a good answer. I haven't followed that closely with Fukushima. From a nuclear workers' perspective, we just try to prevent a similar error from occurring. I haven't kept up on how they've tried to maintain and clean up. One of the statistics I have heard is that more people died trying to get away from the Fukushima plant after the initial catastrophe
Mhm.
happened than actually died in any kind of nuclear incident.
Mhm.
And to my understanding, it was a structural flaw, just the fact that they had their emergency backup diesels below sea level, and when that tsunami came in, knocked
Blew 'em
out all
out.
the power lines. They had a backup source. Unfortunately, it was knocked out as those rooms were flooded, and they couldn't count on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, natural disaster is what did it.
Yeah, and
It's a
Fukushima was. Yeah.
combination of structural design flaw, in my opinion, and natural
Oh.
disaster.
Just being on, like you said, with those, like being under, like that's kind of dumb. Being like, but being by the water is not. You say they're all by the water. They have to be by a water
Well,
source, right?
yeah,
Oh,
you have to be by the water source in order to
yeah.
cool the plant. So it makes sense to be by the water. But some of the PWRs that I've worked out, the pressure water reactors, their containment building is concrete and steel that's something like 3 feet thick. You could fly a plane into these buildings, and the buildings would not see any kind of issue. That there wouldn't be any kind of release. Now, if you lose control of your process and then have a hydrogen bubble because you can't pump water into the core to keep the core cool, that's the whole name of the game, is keep the core cool and be
Yeah.
able to control it. Yeah, tritium. Yeah, Braidwood got in some trouble over releasing some tritium. Tritium is technically radioactive, but I don't know that it's the boogeyman that everyone makes it out to be. That's a bit of my own
But not the
personal opinion.
worst of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't that what China is worried about in Japan's fish? Because I just read that China has put a ban on all Japanese fish, especially
I'm-
now that they're going to be releasing that supposedly decontaminated water back
Oh.
into the ocean.
It's just crazy because they didn't know how to decontaminate it all these years. They've been like, is there like newer technology that would maybe get them to a place where they were able to decontaminate? Because like all I heard I remember is that it was not able to be decontaminated. They couldn't like concrete the whole thing. They had to just keep cooling it off. And that water was being stored in tanks over the years, but now it's being released. It's weird. I think it's always been being released, but I don't know. That's just my theory.
It could be that they needed to get the structure in place to be able to process it. Like I said, I haven't kept up on the cleaning process.
Yeah. I mean, that could take a long time. So you're right. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
This is 3 Mile Island.
Okay, sure. You see the two big stacks in the back?
Yeah.
A lot of people see those and think those are the containment and reactors. That's just the cooling towers.
Okay.
Oh,
The thing in the middle there, that's the plant.
That right there?
Yeah.
Is that where it has like the 3-foot thick walls and stuff?
I don't know about 3 Mile Island. Mine was built after that.
Yeah, but 3 Mile Island, those are the containment buildings that could withstand plane flying into them. Absolutely.
wow.
So, Mr. Dietz, have you been to
Mhm.
Comanche Peak?
Unfortunately, I have not.
Okay. That was the last one built for a long time. I think aren't they finishing one up in South Carolina at TVA also?
I'm not sure about TVA. They were building one in Georgia. Those units 3 and 4. I can't think of the town
Okay,
right
that
now.
Browns Ferry, I think.
Mm,
Maybe.
I don't think Browns Ferry is a TVA plant, but I don't know if they're expanding. A lot of the TVA sites are 2-unit sites, and um, yeah, it has been a long time since one's been built in the States. And um, Bogle, that's what it is.
Right,
What's
right.
what's TBA mean?
TVA is the Tennessee Valley Authority. It's a,
Oh, gotcha.
government ran power, conglomerate. I don't know what you want to call it.
Roger that.
Yeah, which Tennessee Valley is not just Tennessee. They run all the way down to Alabama.
So out of how many plants do we have in the United States?
More than you think. I can't remember how many.
There's like a bunch of offline too, because my dad worked at like Savannah River, but like not. I think that's been offline for a while. Like there's one in Georgia, but he didn't do
There,
any,
there's a lot out
nuclear.
east.
The last
How do
count
you,
I think I remember was 100 operating reactors. So some plants have 2, some 1. So
are they closing a bunch? Is that like, or no? Is that like a myth? They are.
It's a publicity thing. People who don't
Oh,
understand nuclear
yeah,
power, they think, oh, it's the root of all evil and it's horrible and all these things. So try to shut them down.
yeah.
Yeah, Courtney, they tried to shut them up.
I always remember. Yeah, people always are like protest. Yeah, because they think that but it's very clean. That's like always what I've heard. That it's like the most clean, one of the cleanest forms of energy.
It is. It's very clean as far as environmental is concerned, and it's also the safest or one of the safest in terms of deaths per kilowatt hour produced. Um, extremely safe. Unfortunately, it's not cheap, and that's largely due to the regulation. But do I want to loosen regulations on nuclear? I'm not sure that'd be a good PR move.
Because you need to, yeah, you need to, because then people are gonna like be more like there is like a stigma attached to it. I think just because when we hear nuclear power, like we think of a bomb,
Sure.
that yeah.
Well, and we think that that's something that could happen in a nuclear power plant. And as far as I know, every nuclear power plant working in the United States is nowhere near capable of that. And even if they had some major catastrophe, it would be contained. Someone mentioned 3 Mile Island. The funniest thing of 3 Mile Island, which is not really funny, is the fact that people are what caused that accident. If they would have been asleep at the wheel, not paying any attention, the reactor would have shut down and nothing would have happened. But
Oh wow.
it was personal intervention, and
Oh, interesting.
it was a lack of trusting their gauges. They got this light saying something's going wrong. I can't be right, and so they try to start this thing or open this vent, and it was human error that caused 3 Mile Island to occur.
So, Mr.
So
Dietz, I got a question for you. I mean, I know that's not your name, but
Sure.
so when I was at Comanche Peak, the problem we were having after 3 Mile Island, and the government started, they jumped in on a lot of stuff, and technology wasn't moving as fast then as it is now. But even back then, with all the control room stuff and all the electronics and all that stuff was moving fast back then. by the time, I mean, it just kept, design mods kept getting in the way of schedule and stuff because everything kept getting upgraded before you get it built. How do you see them coming up now and building one? Because this like super fast now compared to back then. I mean, I don't even see how you would design one now and get it finished with that technology even being, you know what I'm saying, up to date.
Small modular reactors, or SMRs, have been gaining a lot of popularity in the nuclear news. They're a lot smaller reactor. They're self-contained. They would require a lot less people to operate them. You could space them out more so. You can gang them together, so you're not relying on one massive reactor. You got several smaller ones. And there's been discussion of some of these coal plants and places are trying to shut down, trying to utilize the infrastructure and the power lines to be able to put in multiple SMRs to be able to reuse the grid. The funny thing with that is the coal has natural radiation that is it's making it difficult for regulators to come in and say this is a clean site to be able to put the power. Honestly, someone who works at a coal power plant probably sees more radiation than someone who spends their life working at a nuclear power plant. It's just not monitored at all.
Right.
But I guess to answer your question, small modular reactors, I think, is the next move forward. And also just continuing to modify and maintain the ones we have. You know, they aren't bad designs. Just a matter of
Okay,
maintaining
so
them.
Interesting.
if you don't mind, Brianna, I guess Mrs. Dietz, Stephanie, answered the question for her, but may or may not be off topic. But what about half of Congress pushing to inject our nuclear waste into Yucca Mountain? Good idea or disaster in the making?
So it sounds like, you know, you're injecting something like your Thanksgiving turkey. What they wanted to do with this radioactive waste that would take, you know, thousands and thousands of years to decay, they have it encased in a very robust container, and that's what they wanted to put down deep into a well, just so it's out and away from anyone's harm. I don't think it's a terrible idea. I think you could theoretically do it on a more localized level. And I think the biggest hurdle to overcome would be transporting these containers across state lines. Several states are not privy to the idea of having nuclear waste, no matter
Yeah.
how much power is dissipated from them, you know, run across there. If you get a chance, it's a fun watch. Look up dry cask storage and the kind of videos of those things, the torture tests that, you know, driving into a semi or having a train hit them.
Would that be regulated by DOT? The transportation of that stuff?
Well, I mean, it would still fall under the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, but I would assume you've got to follow DOT regulations.
Yeah, and regulate. Yeah, that's I work for the DOT. I'm an auto transport broker and household broker.
I do know they didn't advertise it when that stuff was coming in or out. I mean,
Well,
they just
I don't.
didn't, you know.
They don't. I mean, when our national defense is moving stuff around, they don't tell us either, and it can be
Right.
just as volatile. So, I get you're not going to want to cause some mass hysteria, and I think, you know, some misplaced intention from some tree hugging hippies could potentially cause more harm than just
Yeah.
letting it pass. So,
Mhm.
They'll be on probably hazmat material, right?
What was that?
If it's transport, it would be transported like part of hazmat.
Yeah, I would think it's got to fall under those
Yeah.
kinds of regulations for moving them around. But that's the thing. All these sites that have nuclear waste, it's dry nuclear waste, but nuclear waste, it's sitting on the sites. None of the nuclear waste has been able to get moved off of any of these sites because of, you know, concerns about what happens in transport.
And are they running out of room on site, or are they just,
Oh,
or
absolutely not.
oh, then why
A
move
lot of
it?
these, a
Or
lot of these power plants. So, yeah, I strongly suggest, if you're curious about this, to research how much nuclear waste.
I told him
The,
about the football
the
field.
size, yeah, that's
yeah.
so the amount of uranium that would be required for your lifetime's worth of electrical use is about the size of a can of soup.
Oh
So
wow. So they don't
that's
really
your
need to
lifetime.
move it. Then it
Well,
sounds like.
yeah, you multiply that by hundreds or thousands of families. Yeah, it adds up, but it's nowhere near like, oh my goodness, we're running out of room. It's,
Hmm.
um, but I mean, the idea being,
For the
um,
future,
Would
to have
would
like to
new
put some
regulations
underground.
be the
Yeah.
reason that you want some of it? Like if a new regulation happens in the area where like it is and they enforce it in there?
I mean, regulations can cause all kinds of weird rules, so I'm not sure.
Sounds like
I mean,
moving it is worse than just finding place on site to store it, or like decontaminating it. Maybe if like Fukushima
A lot could
figured
happen on the
out how
road.
to
A lot can happen on
decontaminate
the
it,
road.
maybe we need to figure out what they're doing. I don't know how they're doing it, but you said there's a way though, right? But it's like a big plant. They need a specific probably plant just to decontaminate stuff, right?
Just transporting it alone is probably the most dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be scary, because then like that could be like terrible, like you said, with people that are protesting and get in the way, and it could cause a worse problem than it would just be than just keeping it where it is, probably.
theory, I don't know that it's dangerous. The idea of what if definitely
What
Yeah.
if?
falls in.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Bird wants to know how they'd be affected by 6.0 earthquake or stronger.
uh,
Yeah.
all the nuclear plants that I know of would have automatic shutdown features whenever it senses an earthquake, and that's automatic safety features. I don't know that the building or structure would be damaged.
Mhm.
The part with the nuclear waste. There's ways of isolating and then isolating those isolations to keep it all canned up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. What I was going to say about the nuclear waste or nuclear fuel, a lot of other countries have found ways to redo their fuel. I mean, it's like I said, it's a hot rock. They can put power back into it, and then
Put it back
they
through the system, kind of.
exactly. That was another way of doing it. When they thought uranium was an extremely rare mineral early on the days of nuclear, they designed what was called a breeder plant. They would breed more fuel from them, and they could just keep recycling the fuel, and you'd have perpetual electricity at that point.
Oh, are they building the
So
new ones like that are more like where they use the?
uh,
That'd be good to use the waste
I
like
don't know.
that,
This
right?
this is America. We like to throw stuff away. So
Yeah,
Oh,
I know. I'm like, that would be a good idea.
you
Well,
see
they
that? They
want
just ran that truck into it as fast as they could. Nothing happened to that building. Wow.
they were testing this container, Nick, not the building.
Oh, Lord.
oh yeah, there you go. There's some. Is that the dry cask testing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that is impressive,
Wow.
right? And the
Looks just
canister
like it did
is
before.
exactly
Yeah.
unscathed.
Oh, look
The
at that.
outside's
Holy crap.
yeah.
So we're going to run it into a train now.
Run a train into it.
See, before 9/11, you used to go out to these plants, the information center, and go in there and see all the stuff and mock-ups of the control rooms and everything and all these films, but you can't even do that anymore.
You have to have
Yeah.
special clearance to get into most.
Damn. But nothing's like barely a scratch on it.
Yeah.
And this looks like an older video too.
So this, yeah, 1978. So
Cool,
this
man.
is
Wow.
what they would be storing any kind of quote nuclear waste, right?
Yeah. That's Yeah, I mean, some of the odd thing is we're running on 1950s, 1960s, and early 1970s technology with
Yeah,
all the plants we're running.
all of
It's
them, right? Yeah, that's what's interesting. But they're not like aging out. They're like keeping them, or right? They're not like falling apart at all, or
well, I'm not gonna say falling apart at all. We all age and fall apart, but
right? Yeah,
keeping
the
it.
infrastructure. Yeah, it's kind of. It seems like
Yeah.
it's like very basic.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a time, right, where it will age out eventually,
It's
type thing?
supposed to be in 40 years. When they
Um,
commissioned Comanche Peak, it was going to be 40 years, but they
Well,
already
that's
fixed to hit that.
Huh.
yeah.
They tend to do like 20-year extensions. I think Peach Bottom Nuclear Power Plant, they got a 40-year extension. Now I can't remember if they tried to repeal the last 20-year extension, but that plant's already 40 years old. And then to say that it's good to go another 40, that's impressive. I'm not going to say it's impossible. If you maintain it, I absolutely think it can last a good long time.
It's like a 1970s boat they just keep in tip-top shape. You can.
You know, yeah, that is a way of looking at it. Yeah, and yeah, I guess yeah, 1970s technology. You just got to keep it up.
Yeah.
Right.
And all of those plants, it's just not.
Mm.
I grew up near one and it never opened because of like protests in Long Island, that Shoreham one, because people
Oh,
protested so much because it was after like, you know, 3 Mile Island and stuff. And it just never got the funding, I think, to reopen up, you know. And I remember it always like being in the news. People were always like
well,
protesting it, you
after
know.
3 Mile Island, there
Hmm.
was something like 80 nuclear power plants that were planned to be built that got mothballed and never got built.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's
80,
it's the
wow.
fear. Well,
What is
TMI,
it?
but that Netflix special, it talked about how some popular movie at the time really hyped up fear over
Oh,
nuclear power, and gives you the
And who
opportunity.
was that one activist? It was like, there was
Yeah, I
really
mean,
popular activist. But so can you explain to me the process of what it takes to get into a nuclear plant? And that's probably why they meet them at the gate, is because of like all the different like parts of support that they got all kinds of grant off the line. They get to go through all the screening and get your clearance passed to get
yeah.
in there. That's why they probably get
There's multiple layers of security, and the concern is what an ambulance being able to get in. Was that the discussion?
yeah.
So, in an emergency situation, there are first responders required to be on site that would respond to a medical emergency, and it does happen from time to time. People have died in a nuclear power plant, but not due to nuclear waste. They just get old and have a heart attack or something.
yeah, like
But
anywhere, like a factory or coal mine or anything. Doesn't not the
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. So we have processes in place and people available to be able to get that person uh, outside the building, because I mean a lot of these places are about like a maze, a labyrinth, to be able to get someone outside. But as far as an ambulance coming in, there are security fences that keep people from just willy-nilly coming in. But if it's an emergency, they can get armed guards to be able to escort that vehicle in so they don't do any funny business, be able to pick up whoever is hurt, and then be able to exit without issue. So likewise, if a fire were to happen in a nuclear power plant, get the fire department on site, same kind of thing. They could be escorted in. Yeah, here in America, we do rely on fire brigade members, being trained on site. Um, Interestingly, some sites over in Europe, they don't. They just shut. If they've got a building that has a fire, they just shut it up, let the whatever systems they have for putting the fire out do their thing, and then you know
Really?
let it do its
Is
thing.
that
Now,
dangerous or
uh,
not?
I would say it's unfortunate. They've got areas locked down to the point to where you might lose one train of divisional power. They're required to keep divisional power separate. such that you don't lose 100% of your control. You can still safely shut the power plant down,
Yeah.
but it would be unfortunate. But that's rather than spend the money on training people and maintaining people on being fire brigade qualified, they just think it's better to have a robust system to be able to isolate a room or a building and try to get it out by that way instead of relying on people to try to.
And that takes away jobs, right?
I'm not
No.
going to say it takes away jobs because a lot of times it's people that are already working at the power plant that just have additional training.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what Dean said. That's what it was there. We had, if you went through all that training, you got like an extra bump in pay. And of course, you were on, call out duty more. But then there was a halon system in there too to shut it down, the fire.
Mhm.
But they had both. And the medical facility was right outside the perimeter gate. So it wouldn't be far if you were inside the
Oh.
containment building to get you out.
Oh, that
So-
makes sense. What about, did you see Burden approves, like, she had a question about, like, those, in regards to those canisters that would maybe store, those dry storage ones, like, for, like, a 6.0 earthquake or stronger, would those, like, last, like, 30 years? Like, she, like, to repair
I
them
don't
or
remember
inspect them?
the longevity on those dry casks, but they're concrete on steel on concrete, so I mean they probably
Oh,
won't last
wow.
forever, but
But they could
they're
update them. They
designed.
could repair them and like keep them. Like there'd probably be like a lot of like regulations on them in the same way there'd be regulations on like a plant, right? So they'd probably inspect them and monitor them, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's
You could tell them about like
Mr. D's going to be on panel more, I think.
This is so interesting. All this stuff.
It really
Yeah.
is. I appreciate it so much.
You have an awesome
Based
son,
on
by the way.
movies, amount of
He's
experts.
great
Oh
guy.
yeah, we love Marshall.
thank you.
Yes.
Got me
Oh.
addicted to friggin' Monopoly Go though. I
See,
don't know
Me
Word-
too.
about that.
Hey, Sherry,
Uh-huh.
Grandma, highlight a Wordy's comment because that's right on spot.
Right here?
The one about the biggest harm.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that's
Well, that's
true.
training people for the future.
Part of the reason I got into nuclear was because I saw the writing on the wall with all these people, tons
wow.
of people in the late 70s, early 80s, in their early 20s, jumped into nuclear power, and all those people are retirement age now. So all that
Wow.
knowledge, all that expertise, all those people are retiring.
Interesting. So not enough people like came in when you came in to replace those people, right? And the future, is it just not a big thing? People don't go into it a lot, or is it very specific? Or
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell you gotta
Sorry, I got a call. I just want to make sure the mic
Oh,
didn't get
okay.
messed
Oh
up.
my God, that
Oh.
always happens. Yeah,
Um,
you just like freaking miss everything. Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm sorry, I got distracted. What was the question?
Oh yeah, we were talking about like the new people coming into the field.
Oh.
Like there's not enough people to replace like those
Yeah.
people, and maybe not enough people
Well,
came in when you came in, possibly, or
I think I think the biggest shame talking to those who've been around for a while is the pay difference between, say, a nuclear power plant and a coal burning power plant 40 years ago was a huge difference. And now that gap is a lot narrower. Well, with all the regulations you have, that's a big headache. And when you can make a few dollars less an hour and not have to deal with all the hoops you got to jump through.
That would make
Yeah,
sense.
that's not anything. Yeah. So that's my thought behind it. I mean, I think about it from the safety standpoint, and not just that is, I look at industries with old people in it. Industries that don't have old people in it, the old people don't make it.
Oh, it makes sense.
They don't want to put in the time.
Well, I mean, you think of rough jobs like an oil rig operator. You don't see many 60 or 70-year-old oil rig operators out there that are doing that job. One, it's difficult on your body, but there's a number of reasons. Or there's a time I worked around food processing, and like the the stuff that your food's made from. And those guys, they aged rough. So many of them, they wouldn't make it to retirement. And it's like, okay, what's going on here? Well, you look at nuclear, and I see people still working in their 70s, and so
Working through retirement.
yeah, they retire and then they keep coming back because they keep throwing money at them because they've got all that knowledge that they can't replace. So
Wow. Interesting.
Do we
It
need more people?
is.
did you have any other questions before I get off here?
Any
Oh,
more questions?
you nailed it.
I don't. My brain is full.
Thank you for explaining it all to
Okay.
us.
Yeah.
Well, I can get more in depth later, but this
We
is-
could do a part 2. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, it's a good.
We'll
it's a good
gather our
starter.
questions together.
I love talking about it, but that's not something that many people like to listen to. So
Oh, it's so
I do it.
interesting. And you explain it really well, like from, that we could, I learned a lot. I appreciate it.
I had a totally different look on it up until now.
Yeah, me too. With certain things, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely did. Yeah, and somebody wants to know, how do you both sound like you're 25 years old, Mr. D?
Because they are. They're like
it's
magical.
all that clean living.
Yeah, it's that clean nuclear energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pool.
Is it?
If
Oh,
they have like a
God.
pool in the backyard, and it's like the the life fountain of life or something. The
Yeah.
pool
I like
Of you.
pictures of me chilling in the pool.
So,
Okay, so
all
Cordy
right, well, I'm
wants
going
to
to
know,
sign off.
what's
Oh.
the meaning of life before you go?
The meaning of life. Oh, that's
Lion King.
Lion King. Yeah, there you go.
yeah. Happy wife, happy life. But yeah, just
you
enjoying
go.
it with those you love.
Yeah.
Very true.
Aw.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, we have a saying here in the South, if mama ain't
Mhm.
happy, ain't nobody happy.
That is a correct statement.
Yes.
We love
That's a great
we
statement.
love weeds.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
no
awesome.
problem. My pleasure. Have a wonderful evening.
And
You
you
too, you too.
too. Yes.
Thank you, baby.
Aw, so sweet.
Oh, I heard you kiss
Oh,
everything. I'm a cry.
Oh, I thought I
love
muted.
Mr. Deeds. Aw. Oopsie.
I had one earbud and he had the other, so he probably didn't hear you guys the
Oh,
best.
shut
I'm
up.
sorry.
That's so cute. That's why we heard you both. Oh my God, you're sharing earbuds. Mr. and
Aw.
Mrs. Deeds
yeah.
on the streets.
I had to go
Giving
hunt
us
him down
deets.
outside.
That was so interesting. Thank you. That was so cool.
Yeah,
It's such an interesting job.
I understand it so much better now.
I thought he worked for
You
the
know.
CIA or something in my head, but that's close.
He does. It's
Oops,
Illuminati shit.
Uh-oh, shoot. Did I just... All right.
Oh, he jumped like a minute ago. I
She's
think
like,
you're on that.
see? She heard that. She was like, whatever, we got to get out of here. We got to go into witness protection.
Thank you, Deedsy. I appreciate it, baby. God, that was awesome. God,
That
thank
was
you
so
guys.
interesting. That Fukushima question.
I know.
Kinda
I've
led us
been
in that
worried about
direction.
that.
We
Me
had two power
too.
planners, Texan and Mr. Dietz.
Yeah, Texan, I didn't know that that's what you did. Oh, there she is. She's back.
I'm sorry about that.
I know. She's like, I'm out.
I kept him on there the whole time, and then I go to walk upstairs, and I totally hit the.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, you all the
Oh,
time.
we thought you were like, peace out, bitches.
Deets out.
Yeah.
Deets out.
Peace out, beats out. I like that.
That was so interesting. What an interesting job. Oh my God. So cool.
I know.
He
Yes.
was he was taking a little jab at me there when he said, "Some people find it interesting." That was at me.
Oh,
Because I tune him out a lot when he's talking about work and all this shit.
He's like, but
And I caught him off guard. If he had more time to he's been outside in the heat all day. If I would have, if he has more time to collect his thoughts, he can explain things better
Oh my
too.
God, he explained really well. Are you kidding me? That was perfect.
Yeah. Thank
imagine
you.
if he would have
Yes.
collected his thoughts, I would be a scholar.
Yeah, like
Well,
Boston's
smarter
head
just
would
from
be in the sky.
But it
Yeah,
is.
that was really
I mean,
cool.
that's why it's like I don't know. It's a passionate topic in our family because
Yeah. And
it's our livelihoods, I guess.
Does Marshall like it?
yeah.
Well, I'm still with Grandma Sherry. I do not trust what the Japanese are doing with that cooler
Me
water.
neither. Neither do I.
If they're
I don't
cleaning it, I
either.
mean, I guess that would be the thing is to
There
see
ain't
the
no way.
statistics
They
and the
can't
reports
clean
on what
it.
they're doing with
Wow.
it.
Yeah, there's no such. I mean, like if they like what Mr. Dietz said that they could have built like a plant, like some kind of like operation there to decontaminate. But I've never heard that they've built that. Have you text him?
No,
I've never heard.
he's right. You can do it, but I bet
You
they
could.
ain't doing it. I bet they're dumping it
You
right
don't
now.
think so?
I feel like they've been dumping in the ocean for years. I mean,
I
it
do
happened like
too.
12 years ago, and there's like too much water that they need to cool down those ones that are melting down. I remember I mean, it's just they had all these tanks, and the tanks then like they didn't have anymore. That's what I heard. And so they had to start dumping it. But that was years ago. So I feel like they've been always dumping. Or
Me and
maybe,
Grandma was just talking about this a couple weeks ago. It's
Stunning
like, you don't
decision.
hear this in the news anymore.
yeah. There's certain
He went
people
back
that will report about it.
outside, or I'd ask him. There was actually a plant over in
Yeah. Just doing
Japan that
Japanese
they
sushi.
actually asked him to go
See?
work at. He turned it down, and then there was
Oh,
one at the
good.
MRI over there that they're building because they're building more over there. A lot more. I think nuclear is going to pick back up
I
as
hope.
more people are realizing how clean it is if it is regulated properly,
Yeah.
as well as the fact that we can't keep up. Look at what's happening out in California. They can't keep up unless they do something drastic
Right?
because wind
Yeah,
and
it's true.
solar, they're great. Like, I get it. Like, we've talked about, doing a solar here on our own home because there is,
Yeah.
uses for them, but it can't consistently maintain so many people the way that a plant could. But you're
Yeah.
talking billions and billions and billions of dollars to build a plant
Yeah, that's
too.
what Willow
So,
just said. Cost.
for sure.
Yeah.
And we're doing all this. We waste so much money on literally stupid shit, and we need this stuff like this done. I think that's the
Right.
mind-boggling part.
Well, right
Hey.
now my question is because there's the big push for the electric vehicles, which we're an electric vehicle
Yeah.
owner, so I'm not shaming that, but like where does everyone think this, electricity is going to be coming from when we have, there's places they struggle
Exactly.
to keep the power on or they have it
Yeah.
turned off during peak hours in the summer, so
Well, and the thing is with the whole, the 2030 plan for the environment through the UN and all that, they want to like cloud seed or whatever to kind of shade the earth to slow down the global warming. That's where some people come up with their chemtrails.
yeah.
Because the United States did cloud seed during Vietnam and made the monsoons worse. They did that intentionally. But yeah.
They
So
are, Willow. They're ran on coal. Most of our country is ran on coal. Still is. A huge majority of it is.
well, what worries me is the the whole movie Aaron Brockovich, right? Yeah. So PG&E had a leak in their containment ponds that soaked down into the
Oh, yeah.
the
People are getting
groundwater.
canceled.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's what worries me is that, I don't trust corporations and governments enough to say, "Oh yeah, it's safe. No worries." And then
And
it
it takes a
turns
long
out
time, That
exactly. Yeah.
that's the tricky
Yeah.
part. I feel like it takes like 20 years sometimes to like show effects of like that,
It
Yep.
can,
Like I have
for sure.
this one person I knew was like from Serbia and she had like thyroid. She had to get like her thyroid removed and stuff when she was a little like I think in her 30, because she was around it when she was younger. And I think if you don't get like a certain amount of iodine or something.
Yeah, exactly. I actually have iodine tablets that I
Do
bought.
you? Do you?
I know Aaron
We
Brockovich
have
is
some for
funny.
the obvious, like, I mean,
You
they're just in the
do?
cabinet. Yeah, they're just in the
Of course you
cabinet,
do.
like,
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
case
yeah.
of, but like, I'm not worried about need. I
Yeah.
can't think of what it's called. Cordy will know the name of it. unfortunately Luke's outside, so I can't ask him, but they have to wear every plant he goes into, different ones that he visits and such. You have every time you are on company property, you have to wear this thing that
It's like a
um
badge.
yeah, well, yeah, but it's called something specific, and it gauges how much radiation you have in
Dosimeter.
Oh,
It's a
oh yeah.
dosimeter.
dosimeter. Yeah, that's what it is. And so he's actually
Oh, cool.
around less, being around it as much as he is. He's around less than some people who are just doing their day-to-day life. You can go out there and
Oh,
find,
wow.
radiation in your backyard or in playgrounds and stuff. It could be
Yeah.
anywhere naturally.
Yeah. Interesting.
Dosimetry.
Yes, that's what it's
Yeah.
called. I'm like, I can't think of the name, but I
So
knew it's something.
Cordy does the same thing or the same kind of, right? Is that what's,
Apparently, he does
yeah.
something in
Yeah.
nuclear energy because
That's
he's
so
knowing all the
cool.
plants.
I love that. Oh, so
And that's a
interesting.
big reason when you have an outage, when you're doing a lot of work in the containment building, that's why they use the contractors. They don't want the people that's there every day getting more doses than they have to
Well,
because
the contractors still have to wear it too, because my
they
husband actually
do, but
started out as in contracting before he went in
right,
company.
they do, but they're not the ones depending on operating that plant once the outage is over.
Right, but they're
understand?
still regulated to the same amount every year. Only like any individual, no matter if you're a
Oh, a certain
contractor for
amount.
here and go there, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you because there was a time he worked for 3 different companies at one time, and you're still only allowed I think it's like 5 parts per million per year. So
Oh,
it doesn't
wow.
matter where you go or which plant you're on. It doesn't reset per plant. It's the
Yeah.
same across the
Cumulative.
you
Yeah.
as a true Texan, as a specific individual, you're only allowed a certain amount every year, and if you reach that, you can't go
Yeah.
into
You're
work.
Yeah,
done.
but
Wow.
what I'm trying to say
Vacation.
is your maintenance people that's there all year long. The company, these owners really don't care about the. I'm not saying they don't care, but the outage workers that come in and work a month or two, once they're gone, that plant is not worried about their levels they're going to get the rest of the year like they
No,
are.
you have to maintain your own. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
you keep track
I'm trying
yourself.
to get at.
Yes,
Oh.
your
Oh, interesting.
meter stays with you. It is yours, and
Oh.
it
And you
goes
keep
with
track
you
yourself.
across the board.
Got
Yeah, it
it.
doesn't matter which plant you're
Oh, that's
going into,
interesting.
which state. It's
Yeah.
a
You just
federal
keep track.
regulation.
Oh, that's cool. That's good that they have
Hi,
that.
Sticky.
I know in Fukushima, when I was following it, they got to a place where they were trying to get this is when they were trying to save things, with the rods, I think. And they had robots going in, and they were trying to fix the rods because they were all scrambled, I think. They're all fucked up in the container thing because of the meltdown. But I remember them because if you were to go in a half hour, you would have your year or something they were saying, or whatever
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, your exposure would be, you'd be not dead, but I guess your exposure for the year would be up.
Well, I agree, Sticky. I didn't catch him saying that, but we have to
What?
maintain regulations and guidelines, or else it'll get out of control like we see in other countries. And I think it also gives a calming effect to the public, knowing that,
Yeah.
if they're not following this regulation, then they're going to get hit hard, and they will. They'll get
Yeah.
hit hard. They are held to a completely separate standard in the energy sector for sure.
I would think Japan would have high standards because they have high standards with their buildings for earthquakes and such. You know what I mean? So I would think
Mhm.
I think that Fukushima was a one, well, it wasn't built right,
It
and it was
wasn't.
the perfect storm,
Hi,
thing
Natasha. Yeah.
in a way, right? It
Well, I
was,
think anything that we are involved in, whether it's coal, gas, nuclear energy, there's problems, right? Because they're humans operating them, and I'm not saying it would be better if it was robots, but we're fallible creatures, so we could have issues anywhere in any of these sectors. It's just doing the best you can to minimize
yeah,
the fallout
those
from it
things.
all.
Oh,
Yeah,
bye, True
exactly.
Texan.
What'd you say? I'm
Bye.
out.
He's got to bounce. He'll be in
Gotta
chat.
bounce.
Bounce.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, so here's the thing that we have here in Virginia is radon.
Mm.
Mystery Murder Chick said, which is natural from granite and the earth moving. For years, they test basements in mountainous towns and they need a vent system put in. I'm not exactly sure the whole context of that, but I do know a friend of mine who lived out in Shipman, Virginia. Shipman, not shit. But anyway, yeah, they their house tested really high for radon. And
Wow.
yeah, it was I don't know, it was a thing. And so everybody was getting like radon detectors, which I don't know, I wasn't close enough. Oh, okay. Nikki, his internet went down. Well, you know what? Dietz, I appreciate Mr. Dietz being willing to talk to us.
Oh my God.
I'd love to get
Yeah.
details on this. You
Mhm.
know, maybe we could work on that and get some like slides and stuff. Cause I was just, I was like,
Yeah. Do a
I
part
was,
2. I'm in. Let's do it.
yeah, I would, because I was just Googling shit.
If Mr. Deeds wants to do it, of course.
I just heard you
I think
talking
he
about it, and I
would.
was like, wait, I know the answer to this one. And then I
Aw.
unfortunately knew putting him on there, he probably would have took over. I did not mean to take over your entire panel. I'm
Oh my
sorry.
God.
no,
No, this has been.
that was good. I was going to talk about the mark of the beast and chips and, uh, moneyless societies and all that, but this
Did
was
you
great.
did you see where there's, I think it was at Whole Foods, you can check out with your hand now?
What?
Yes.
Stop
Yeah.
it.
What is that all
What?
about? I just
Like
saw
your
a
fingerprint or
short clip.
something?
I don't know. I just saw a short clip on it where she
What?
put her hand over the machine and it
That
played. I
freaks
don't
me
know.
out. That freaks
I don't
me
know
out.
the whole
Unless you have
process.
something implanted in there or like,
This
I
is
don't
so
get it.
weird. My phone won't dial out. My internet went down, right?
Oh no.
And then I turned my hotspot on and it worked. Now my internet's back, and every time I dial somebody, it just rings once and hangs up. What the hell is going on?
Have
And
you
people,
tried turning it completely off and turning it back
yeah,
on?
I just did that.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
that's
what
all
I
I
always
know
tell
to
my
do.
mom.
That's all
and
I
it
know to
works
do.
every time. Yeah.
What's going on?
Mercury
It's so funny.
retrograde.
Yes.
Weird.
I'm not good
Freaking.
with technology, so that's my
I do
go-to
that.
answer.
That is
Restarting
my
it. If that
go-to.
doesn't fix it,
Yeah.
I wait for someone else.
Okay,
Yeah,
here's
that
the
is
whole
mine
food
too.
thing, right?
Oh my goodness, stop it.
Okay.
This is
Okay,
weird.
yeah, it's
Okay,
one
let's get
palm
the
payment is
deets.
coming.
Maybe it's
The
not as
deep.
scary as we think. We'll see.
Okay, here we go. Hopefully we can hear this. Can you guys hear it?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I know panel can, but
Oh.
okay. So
Okay.
here he is. He's happily walking into Whole Foods.
Okay. Woo. Oh, so you set it up. That's okay.
Yeah. So it's a kiosk sign up.
Well, the one I saw, she just put her hand.
Yeah, watch.
Well, yeah.
So it's your
Okay, yes.
fingerprint?
Yeah, you set up your
No.
palm to like align with your card, and then it just does it by your hand. Then
So
you
it's
don't need
reading your
card.
palm print, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I didn't know your
Okay.
palm had a. I get. Is your palm print
yeah.
different than fingerprint? I mean, they're all unique. I guess they are too. I get. Okay.
Yeah, they are. And the great thing about this is once you sign up, you just use your palm from that point from that point on,
I would
either
do
your
that.
right or your left.
I love
Yeah,
it.
and then if you go on special days, they actually have like palm reading in
Palm
your future.
specials? Oh, shut up. Are you
No,
joking?
palm
She's
reading. Of
joking.
course I'm joking.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh my God, that's so much fun. What day?
Kelly.
I know, right?
I'm like, I'll do that.
I
'Cause they
bet
got your
they'll do
palm
that.
in there. Oh my
Ellie,
God,
now
that's
that
so
they've
funny.
heard that, I bet you Whole
Yeah.
Foods will do that.
Oh,
I
that's a
think
good
they put a
idea.
chip in me with my COVID vaccine. Cordy, you're so obvious.
Courtney said
Now
that.
that I know he's in nuclear, it makes
Oh
so
my
much
God,
sense. So
totally.
much
That's awesome.
sense. This is
Only on
ridiculous.
Palm Wednesday. Yeah, I was down if you get a free palm. I like it anyway. I mean, the fact that you don't have to put anything actually into your palm, that it's actually just your print.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
okay
I
with
know
that
you're,
because it's not a
yeah,
chip or something. It's just
yeah,
your
no
print, right?
chips. Don't chip me. I'm
Right.
not
Yeah.
getting chipped. Mm-mm.
So yeah, you still need a card to sign up because it's got to
Yeah,
attach to some sort of
to your
a
Amazon
payment.
card because Whole
Right.
Foods is Amazon now, pretty much. Yeah,
It's Palm
is
It
Sunday.
is. Yeah. Whole
yeah,
Foods is
Palm Sunday.
Amazon.
Every day
Palm
is Palm
Sunday,
Sunday.
Willow.
Every
Well,
day
face
at Whole
recognition
Foods.
login,
Yeah, yeah, that
that's
would work too.
my
Yeah.
iPhone, you know.
Oh, I don't do that. I don't even like having a security code. It just bugs me.
Yeah,
Willow.
Sticky. Ellie was down for it if she got a free palm reading. Otherwise, she's like, nope, I
Yeah.
don't want in on this.
It's okay, so the discounts are only on Palm
Sunday.
Sunday according to Willow.
Oh, stop it. No. Okay.
But
That'd be funny. Palm, like special palm deals, like for
Uh,
palm oil and
my baby girl's here for a visit, so I'm gonna hop on the couch.
oh, hey
oh, have
baby.
fun.
And our little
Thanks,
Groudon.
Mr. Dietz again for the
I'll let him know. Thank you
language
guys
Yes.
for
lesson. Oh my
letting us
Oh,
God.
take
we've
over for
been
a minute.
we've been here over 2 hours, so I'm going to shut it down and I'm actually going to
That's
try to
good.
sleep.
Oh,
Yes.
get
That
some
sounds
sleep.
great.
I'll
Thank
see you
you.
guys
Get some
later.
sleep.
Did that
Yeah,
early.
Bye,
thank you,
guys.
Nick. Thanks,
All right.
Bye,
Dixie. I love
everybody.
you.
Thanks for
Thank
having
Bye.
us.
you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Willow. Thanks, Ellie. Oh, God, that was great. I love that. I love that so much. Wow. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I know it was I don't know. It kind of goes with the end of the world, right? We're talking about poisoning our oceans and all that stuff. So that was fabulous. Okay, so just remember that Grandma loves you. Okay? I love you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. And prayers or good intentions, vibrations, chanting, whatever, they work, y'all. They work. So let's start praying and good vibing all over the world. Hey, Kate. Hi, sweetheart. I'm about to leave, baby. Sticky, I didn't get to say hi to you, but hi. Thank you so much for coming in. And, we can only start with ourselves and make a better world around us, one person at a time. So let that first person be you, okay? And then you can spread it out and do random acts of kindness and make somebody smile. And, that's how we can all human better. So I'll see you guys soon. Oh, did that stop? Yes, it did. Hey, y'all, I put I will put an article. Well, it's a paper from mass.gov about those dry cask containment things that Mr. Dietz. So it'll be in the description, guys. I love y'all. Have a good night. Sleep well. Mwah! Grandma hugs.